Top stories in this edition of SXM Islandtime TV News.
Woman shot in Dutch Quarter, but suspect subsequently found dead in South Reward.
Human skeletal remains discovered on Cold Bay Hill. Search being done on lionfish caught in St. Martin. And the 21 registered Calypsonians for the Nagico Senior Calypso Competition for Carnival 2016 have been announced. I'm Andre Huey and welcome to this edition of St. Martin Islandtime TV News.
The Detective Department is presently investigating a shooting which took place on Thursday, January 14th at about 7:55 p.m. in Dutch Quarter, where a woman was shot in the leg. In a bizarre outcome, the suspect was later found dead in South Reward. Reports are that the suspect shot the woman and drove off in a gold-colored SUV. Police patrols and detectives were immediately sent to the scene to investigate what had taken place. The victim was treated on the scene by paramedics and then transported to the St. Martin Medical Center for further treatment. Then at about 8:30 p.m., while the investigators were still on the scene in Dutch Quarter, the emergency dispatch received a call informing them that the suspect in the shooting was laying on the side of the street on Carrot Road in South Reward and was not showing any signs of life. Immediately, police patrols, detectives, and crime scene investigators were sent to the scene. The entire area was closed off for the forensic department to collect evidence, and witnesses were questioned by the detectives. The victim was pronounced dead. The body of the suspect was confiscated for further investigation. The SUV in which the suspect left the scene after the shooting was later found in the vicinity of the Milton Peters College.
Two hikers on Sunday, January 10th, found human skeletal remains at the top of Cold Bay Hill connecting the Alexis Arnold Road. The police were contacted and detectives were dispatched to the scene to commence investigations. The detectives were seen on the hill together with the hikers who discovered the remains. Police spokesman Chief Inspector Ricardo Henson on Sunday confirmed that the remains were human. He, however, noted that they could not determine at that time the gender, but that the skeleton is indeed that of a human. The forensic team of the police force has also been called to conduct an investigation, and it can be expected that the team will be trying to find answers, including the sex and identity of the skeletal remain. The Simpson Bay Bridge remains fully operational after an accident involving a white truck that took place during a special bridge opening at 6 a.m. on Sunday morning. That's according to the Simpson Bay Lagoon Authority, a company of Port St. Martin group of companies. The white truck heading in the direction of Cold Bay from Simpson Bay Village drove through the red light and collided in the boom while the bridge deck was opening. Half of the truck ended up hanging over the end of the deck. It was removed by authorities and bridge operations continued as normal early Sunday morning. The boom was replaced with a new one, and after a preliminary inspection for further damages, bridge operations continued. Authorities said additional evaluation will take place, and the police are investigating the accident. Fishermen and divers in St. Martin are asked to save a specimen of lionfish to be examined by researcher Dr. Fadila Ali from the University of Southampton. She has been studying lionfish throughout the Caribbean for the last 6 years in studying the stomach of lionfish in the Caribbean. Dr. Ali has worked in Bonaire, Curaçao, Jamaica, and Anguilla, and her specialty is in lionfish feeding ecology. She has analyzed the stomach contents of more than 11,000 lionfish. The St. Martin Nature Foundation requested that all fishermen and dive operators who are catching lionfish save specimens so that lionfish feeding ecology on St. Martin can be examined. Lionfish cause their impact to the ecosystems through their feeding. Thus, understanding their dietary preferences, frequency, and also the species that they may be targeting will help to understand and predict the magnitude of their impact. Persons who have specimens are asked to contact the Nature Foundation's office at 544-4267 or via email manager@naturefoundationsxm.org. Originally from the Indo-Pacific region, lionfish were introduced to the Caribbean via the aquarium trade and are venomous, voracious predators. The St. Martin Carnival Development Foundation, SCDF, announced on Wednesday that 21 singers have registered to compete in the Nagico Super Calypso Competition for Carnival 2016. Out of the 21, 10 will move on to the finals after competing in the eliminations to face reigning Calypso monarch Fish the Mega Boss. The Senior Calypso eliminations are slated for Saturday, April 2, with the finals on Monday, April 25. Both events are sponsored by Nagico, that has been the main corporate sponsor for this event for almost a decade. The Senior and Junior Road March competition is also slated to be held on April 2, with the juniors starting earlier in the day. The Senior Road March competition will feature 10 singers and the juniors 5. All events will take place under the tent at Port de Plaisance. It is the Calypso shows, however, that is expected to be one of the biggest local shows on the Carnival schedule, slated even after a slight downturn in attendance in 2015. After a year filled with political and social issues, Calypso lovers have already started to express on social media they expect some social melee and not just social commentary in the Calypso competition. In 2015, Fish was really the only singer that hit the politicos for their actions, with his winning song and play on words, Focus Up. The 21 registered singers are, by their stage names, Baker Jr., King Bobo, Barrow, Mighty Dando, Mighty Chapman, Mighty Pepper, The Protege, The Wizard, D Monitor, Clement Richards, The Fox, X-Ray, Young Dow, Express Z, Lady Tiffany, Shakia, Lady Baker, Ebony Express, Lady Upsetter, and Roxy. The singers registered to compete in the Senior Road March competition are by their stage names Applejack, Lyrics, Roxy, Lady Baker, Mighty Chipman, Baker Jr., Mighty Pepper, The Messenger, The Wizard, and Barrow. The Carnival Foundation, together with Mnagico, has also put in place a plan to devote more resources to marketing of the events. In the coming weeks, the public will see and hear much more about the shows as well as the individual singers through various media. To end this edition of St. Martin Islandtime TV News, a look again at the headlines.
Woman shot in Dutch Quarter, but suspect subsequently found dead in South Reward.
Skeletal remains discovered on Cold Bay Hill. 21 finalists registered for this year's Nagico Calypso Senior Competition. This has been St. Martin Islandtime TV News. I'm Andre Huey. Thank you for watching.